So we are going to join our energy as one unified pulse of divine source. So let's take a collective breath together. Remember, starting that breath starts beneath the belly button. Pull it through the body all the way to the base of the neck, filling the lobes of the lungs. Nice deep inhale and then release with a sigh. And as I mention a body part, allow not only your breath, but your awareness to go right to that body part. Dare to let go of all muscle control, allowing yourself to breathe past the urge to brace yourself and fully let go. Soften the body. We're going to start with the feet, from the heels to the tips of the toes. I want you to feel the arches start to tingle, the toes vibrate. It may feel like waves of warmth, a pulse that's unlike the heartbeat. As you can feel the entire weight of the feet soft, and that pulsing that you feel, that tingling that you feel, is the awakening of the spirit deep in the body. So as we move up the body, see if you can bring that vibration with your awareness and breath up the body. And if you're having a hard time in a specific space inside the body, just hold the breath for at least a count of 2 and then release with a sigh. Just to give that breath a little more force, because every in-breath draws the spirit deep into the body. Every exhale ushers out of the body anything that is no longer serving you. So moving over the ankles, now into the shins and calves. And feel a gentle tug at your knees as the entire lower legs are completely relaxed. And rule of thumb is that that exhale is going to be longer and slower than the inhale. So if that inhale is about 4 seconds, let the exhale extend longer into 6, 8, 10. Moving into the thighs, we tend to store lots of emotion in our thighs. So I want you to spend a few breaths here, really letting that breath dance from the knees to the hips, letting go of that urge to brace, and just let that entire huge muscle group become soft and supple. When you really let go of the thighs, you'll feel the glutes completely soften, and it'll feel as if the hips are rolling open. And now letting the breath move over the pelvic floor, around the tailbone. Feel that downward pull as the tailbone softens, helping your body feel more grounded and connected in this space. Now breathing into the left hip, breathing into the right hip, and you may feel this ache in the low back, in the low belly. We are awakening the sacral. This is the energetic space that houses knowledge of self. Who am I? Not what I do, what role I play, not different positions like son, brother, mother, sister, but who are you without any labels? Breathing into the right hip. And you can feel that expansion through both sides. Let the breath really dig into the spine, softening the low back. Feel your low spine soften into the floor. Now around the waist, you'll feel the breath now feeling deeper, and even feel as if the torso is stretching just ever so slightly. You may feel the tailbone begin to throb as heavier energy just wants to leach out of the body as you are more grounded and relieving yourself of any energetic pollution, any trauma that you're ready to let go of, anything that is outdated and no longer serving you. And now moving into the high stomach. Breathing first into the center. If there's any tightness, remember, hold the breath for at least a count of 2, and then release with a sigh, allowing the breath to get deeper and fuller each time. So you'll feel the solar plexus expand and then release. This is the energetic space that houses knowledge of path and purpose. Why are you here? Why did you even decide to be human? Now I want you to go all the way to the left side at the base of the rib cage. And there is a minor chakra here in the spleen. This is where we process sorrow. I want you to breathe directly into that space and feel how it starts to stretch. The solar plexus may start to feel warm. And now all the way to the right at the base of the rib cage. There's a minor chakra here that's in the liver. This is where we process rage. Those things that we tend to get most feisty about are about the energy, not about the experience. So if you feel wounding around being disrespected, disregarded, rejected, it will elicit sadness. And many times people are afraid to process sorrow, especially if you've been taught that it's weakness. And rage is always the bodyguard of sorrow. And unfortunately, rage is more socially acceptable than sorrow. So breathe into that space and feel the breath freeing you. Letting go. Letting go of the need to make concessions or fight. It's not all or nothing. Breathing into the center of the stomach, you'll feel that warmth now, softening the entire lower edge of the rib cage. This is also where we store resentment, remembering that resentment is our body's way of reminding us every place that we give our power away. Every place that we give our passion away. I can feel in the room that there is a really big trigger breathing into the solar plexus, that it travels up the spine, up the back to the receiving side of the heart. So I want you to, for a moment, to feel into that. Was I constantly talked out of what I desire? Or did I constantly put my own passions on the back burner to take care of others? That is being disempowered. was someone trying to live vicariously through me, so I was always talked out of my passion. Was I told that my passion is just a hobby and that maybe I should find something more suitable? To maybe get your head out of the clouds, when really you were just so excited to embody passion. And so what that tells me with that pain traveling up through the middle back and the upper back is this is directly related to how you see yourself in situations of receiving love. You believe that you can only be loved in your disempowered state. You can only be lovable when you are being subservient. When you're being someone else's cheerleader. So let's breathe into that lie, into those lies, and allow that tension to melt out of your spine. Imagine with every breath now it's just sinking into the floor, freeing your back of all of that tightness, tension, guardedness, and just letting it melt. And when you really soften the upper back, you'll feel the shoulders release, as if they want to roll open the same way the hips did, falling away from the ears and finding their way to the floor to expand the heart. Letting the breath now travel up the sternum to the collarbone and soften the chest. And feel how easy the breath feels now. Every breath deeper than the last. Every breath fuller than the last. Now moving up the neck, softening the throat. Softening the chin and the mouth. Around the left ear and the left jaw. The right ear and the right jaw. Unclenching the jaw to soften from the nose to the chin. Feel the tongue become soft. Now the temples and around the eyes. Between the brows. Softening the forehead. The top of the head and the back of the scalp now, feeling the full weight of the head sinking into the space, softening. Feel how free that feels, without any need to express yourself physically. The face feels soft, gentle, more attractive. Moving down the shoulders into the triceps and biceps. The elbows. The forearms. The wrists, the backs of the hands and the palms into all the fingertips. And I want you to feel the body from the heels to the head, from the head to the hands. And see if there is any space in the body that is still tense, that you're still having a hard time just letting go. Is there anywhere in the body that the breath wants to bypass or avoid? And let your breath go right to that space. Hold the breath for at least a count of 4. And then release with a sigh. And breathe again right into that space. Breathe deep and then hold 2, 3, 4, and release. And feel now how you have freed yourself, and the spirit is even deeper in the body. We are going to do some healing in the ether. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And unfortunately, there are times when the other humans that we need to heal with are unable to meet us where we are at. So we can have these deeper healing conversations in spirit. And they can have profound effects on our human experiences. So I want you to imagine in your mind's eye the person you would most like to heal a misunderstanding, some trauma. It doesn't matter if they are alive or past, you can do this work. I have set the sacred container, and this is where you are your most powerful self. So imagine this person right in front of you. This person that you would love to most heal with. Move past. Remembering that healing doesn't necessarily mean that you condone what they did. It does not mean that you even have to continually engage with that person. They could be completely out of your physical life, but there is a part of your being still anchored in that experience of pain. Remember, no one comes out of this unscathed. No one comes into the human experience and makes it through childhood without some baggage. And most of it's karmic. We create contracts with people all the time. We have contracts before we're even born into this experience. And you can usually tell those people that you have contracts with because it's a very profound experience, it's memorable, and it really leaves a mark, good or bad. Remember, good or bad is only something that you decide. So looking at this person now directly across from you, I want you first to open by saying, I love you. Remember that we are all spirit. And in our truest form, we are the pure frequency of love. So to say, I love you, is not romantic love, familial love, friendship love, desire. It just means my spirit sees your spirit and I love you. Now I want you to imagine the experience that you're having the hardest time moving past with this person. What occurred? You don't have to go back to the experience. Just be honest about what the experience was. Don't relive it. Don't envision it. What was the experience? Was there abuse? Was there a lie? Was there betrayal? Was there disrespect? Feel into that. Now, being completely embodied spirit, where is it in your body? Feel where the body feels most tense right now. And let the breath and awareness go right there. Holding the breath for a count of 4. Another breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the sigh. Feel how you've avoided that place with your breath for for so long. You've allowed that energy to take up even more room in your body. And it's time to let it go. Let it go does not mean you condone it. Letting go does not mean it's okay. Letting go does not mean you forget it. Letting go simply means it does not deserve to take up space in your body anymore. This body is your favorite suit, hand-selected by you before birth to wear this entire lifetime. It is your favorite suit, and it is meant to house a divine spirit. Trauma, pain does not deserve to take up any space in the body. Now that we've cleared that space, I want you now to imagine, with the breath going into that space, a beautiful golden light. And this golden light spills into that newly opened space that you just removed that pain. Breathing deeply, exhaling, letting that exhale move out of the body. Anything that may be congesting that space, allowing more room for the light. And now that we've filled that place of pain with light and love, remember, spirit is synonymous with love. We can now fully face this person, embodying love. Remember that everything happens to perfection. So I want you to look at that person and say, thank you for sharing this experience with me. I am letting go of the pain so that I may see the gift of this experience. Many times, gifts of a spiritual nature are about power. So every lesson gives us an endowment of power. A power to discern, a power to express, a power to heal, power to experience and understand, and then empowering you to share the wisdom so that others may also understand. What was the gift? Feel how the body desires to become even softer. And allowing you to witness your role in that experience. You went into that experience desiring the lesson, the knowledge, and the power, not the pain. And the reason why that experience was so hard is because the very thing you held on to was the thing that was supposed to be let go of. And that was the pain. There is no lesson in holding on to the pain. Pain attracts pain, and pain creates pain. Anything that goes against spirit creates more of itself to its own destruction. So when we let go, we can begin to know. We can then grow. We understand, we integrate, we embody, and we share. That is the cycle of the hardest lessons we choose. So I want you now to look at the person sitting across from you and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this shared experience. I'm sorry that it created so much pain. I couldn't clearly see everything I was meant to see. I am sorry that in an act of self-preservation, you also held on to this experience. It is time for us both to be free. So now I want you to say, please forgive me. You don't need to forgive the experience. What needs to be forgiven is the lack of consciousness due to fear, doubt, sadness, anger, shame, guilt, jealousy, when we are in that state of being, we assess. And when we assess, we forget. We are not seeing everything as it is. So feeling now the freedom of remembering. Feeling now the liberation of reclaiming your power. This is not an experience that needs to be repeated, nor is this person even anyone you ever have to engage with again. So now, looking at them, I want you to say, thank you. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to heal this experience. Thank you for meeting me in the ether to heal this consciousness. Thank you for witnessing me in this consciousness, that I may now move even closer to being fully embodied. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Feel how light your being has become. As they are free, so are you. Free to forgive in the deepest levels of forgiveness. But please don't ever forget, because now it can be integrated as wisdom, true wisdom, that it may be removed from the entire collective consciousness. From the rest of your journey, you are freed. So taking a nice, deep, full breath, filling your entire being all the way down to the tips of your toes with golden light and breath. And feel yourself now free, more aware, wiser. Feel the immense gratitude washing over your body as with every breath that golden light gets into even darker corners, curves, cracks. And the light becomes so brilliant you can detect it through closed and covered eyes. And I want you now to just lay in this energy as I walk around with some Palo Santo to help you get grounded back into your body. reanimating your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And at your own pace, uncovering your eyes and re-engaging your sight. You can move the palms of your hands over your heart and just feel how connected you are to your own spirit. Thank you. Thank you. And at your own pace, just really taking your time, coming back to a seated position. Thank you. I love you.